What is going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to another tournament talk update here. We're going to go over some tournament stuff. Got a little bit of news coming on here, so about maybe another tournament in the works. I don't know if you guys answered the question, but there is a poll in chat, so if you would answer that for me, that'd be cool. I want to thank everybody for showing up. We're going to have a couple of people stop in here. It's going to be a short one tonight, so we won't keep you real late. So we'll talk a little bit about that later. So why don't I start shouting everybody out? We got a bunch of people in here. Let's see who we got here. We got Angler of the Ville. He's a crew member. What's going on? How you doing? Annette Morgan. Got crew member Avid Fisherman. I see BigSkip's in the house, one of our contenders on the 1 versus 1. We got Brian B. Catfishing, crew member. Also, this Thursday night, we'll talk about that probably a little more. We'll mention it again. This Thursday night, we're going to have a no script birthday celebration. So I'm looking forward to that. I set my reminders. You should too. I see Carmel Muncie in the house, Carolina Catfish in the house. What's going on? There's Lynn over at Catfish Fever and Outdoors. I got a Chance Renty. How you doing, Chance? I think that's a new one. Welcome to the show. Chrissy Brown, crew member. What's going on, Chrissy? Thank you for your support. I see Chucky Morgan in the house. There's the great Miss Cindy Stokes. How you doing? I see Cody from 3+1 Outdoors. I see Cody Robinson in there, who fishes with Jonathan from Hooked Catfishing quite a bit. You can see him on some of Jonathan's videos. I see Corn-Fed Experience. I've had plenty of that. Spent a lot of time in my youth in the great state of Indiana. Creole Catfishing in the house, another contestant on the 1 versus 1 tournament. He's going to be fishing on Sunday. We'll go through all of that stuff. Dale Hayslip in the house. Dallas Libert. What's going on, Dallas? I see Danny Stone Outdoors, another contestant. David Smith in the house. There's Don R, crew member. What's going on, Don R? How you doing, bud? Fat Boy Eric's fishing. What's going on, Fat Boy? How you doing? I want to say hello to Betty. I want to say hello to Dee. She's out there. Alyssa. I want to say hello to James. I'm pretty sure he's watching. I want to say hello to Katie. And definitely Betty. Brandon's going to listen to this after the fact, so I don't know if he'll hear this part. So thank you guys for checking out. I see LG Bass and Valerie Irwin in the house. What's going on? There's Melissa. How you doing, Melissa? Creole Catfish. And I did say hello to you. I'm kind of scrolling through the chats right now. Joe Buck in the house. Let's see who else we got here. I got Coco panting like crazy behind me. She can't get comfortable. You guys will have to forgive me that. There's Justin's Fishing Fetish. What's going on, Justin? Thanks for coming in. And here we go. Welcome to the Catfish and Crappie podcast. My name is Mark. Today, tournament update number 2. It's been a crazy tournament. A lot of fun, but it's had its obstacles. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on. If you haven't been on the channel and you haven't seen the updates, it's all weather related. No, except for Lyle, and we'll talk a little bit about Lyle too. I don't think he minds. First, let me bring Parker on here. Don't want to leave you sitting back there, Parker. Sorry about that, bud. I wanted to get that stuff out of the way. Everybody, Parker Pursuits. So what's going on, Jerry? How are you?
Not too bad, buddy. Wore out. Been a rough day at work, but
yeah. All right. Well, we'll try and get you out of here. We'll wait. Chad's going to pop in here in a minute after they've closed up their show and stuff. So he'll be here in just 1 second. Okay. Let me tell the people a little bit about what happened with the weather and stuff. If you're listening on the podcast, we had some weather problems across the country. The week before, we had a lot of wind, so we weren't able to do the second day. That was kind of rough, but we got to stay safe. There were some concerns with the contestants and stuff, and I definitely understood every single one of them. This weekend too, across most of the country, there was some heavy snow, up to like 7 inches in some places where the contestants were with wind, and it was just some nasty weather. So we held off on a majority of the contestants, except for Parker and Chadwick. They fished actually on Saturday. So we had a 1 versus 1. Danny Stone was kind enough to come hang out while he was fishing. So it was good to see Danny on screen. We had a bunch of guests pop in, say hello that are contestants and not. So that was a good time. If you get a chance, it's definitely worth the watch. It always is, man. I don't make the show. It's the people that take part in it. It's the people in chat and stuff. I'm a firm believer in that. I do want to give a shout out to My sponsors of the event, Uncle Lou's Facebook Tackle Shop. Links are in the description, obviously. Muddy Water Bait and Tackle. What's going on? Patriots Customs Floats. What's going on, Patriot James? Striker Baits. That's a new one. I'm looking forward to getting something from them. Tidal Weights and Sinkers. Downey's Tackle, and 1vs1 cup was donated by Trophy Seeker Outdoors. Thank you very much for that, Daryl. We appreciate you. In the description, got a list of the past and present competitors, people that were in the pool. So you want to check them out and thank them for support because they make a pretty good show. Now on to this weekend. What happened with this weekend with the snow and stuff? We decided to push a couple of the 1vs1s off. BigSkip and Lee Evans, they did not get to fish. Tara and Danny Stone, that's the Catfish Queen, and Danny Stone Outdoors did not get to fish. Also Brian B and Brian B Catfishing and Lyle from Panfish Nation, also Catfish Weekly, did not get to fish. What's going on with that 1vs1 is besides just the weather. Here comes Lyle. We'll get Lyle in here. Not Lyle, I'm sorry, Chadwick. What's going on, Chad? How you doing, bud?
Oh, you know who I am?
Yeah, I know who you are. I just was talking about Lyle. I mean, it happens. Holy smokes, it's been a long day. You guys made me laugh so hard on Catfish Weekly. How about you? Did you laugh?
I never stopped, just like I'm laughing right now.
I saw Dee come over and give you a hug. Did that help?
It helped a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't see why it wouldn't. I'm looking forward to getting a hug from Dee and all the people on in May when we hit Mendota. Did you know that I made my reservations, gentlemen?
I did not. Oh, yeah, actually, I did see that earlier. You said you did. I don't know if Dee's made ours or not. She's my reservation girl.
So we're all set for that. So first off, I want to thank you guys for making. I want to thank Chad definitely for making the trip all the way out to Baldwin. I absolutely want to thank you, Jerry, for making the trip. How far are you from Baldwin, Jerry?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. That's not too bad. And how far are you from Baldwin, Chad?
It was about 5.5 hour drive to Baldwin total.
Now let's
no stops. So
let's give them a little history about Baldwin and you, Chad. Why does everybody think you hate Baldwin?
Because I do.
You hated Baldwin before you've ever even fished there.
No. Baldwin is an interesting place to watch these guys fish because there are so many, what would you say, 1 to 4 pound fish, 4.5 pound fish, Parker? Tons of them. And first winter blues that Jerry and them went out there, you guys caught, I think, 34?
36, I think. Yeah.
36? Something around that range, give or take it to. But, yeah, I mean, there's times that they can't even get the pole back in the water. As soon as it touches the top of the water, it's going back down.
Mr. Murillo says, wow, Chad, he doesn't even know your name. The only thing that surprises me is that you still claim all of them.
I know.
But I did give a super chat in a Lyle's show, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
And it was directed just for you, so make sure you collect from him.
Yeah, I think that I got I made like $4 out of that super chat.
After YouTube takes their cut and Uncle Sam, you might have enough for, I don't know, a gumball machine, something like that. Mr. Murillo says, unless he did that on purpose. No, I didn't do that on purpose.
He probably did, Murillo.
I did not. Stop it. Quit it. Everybody loves Chad, and you know it. Betty's feeding her face. Do you think, Jerry, do you think there's any big fish in Baldwin?
I've caught several fish in the 40s, 50s, and my best one I tried was right at 60.
Really?
Is the last couple years, it's really went downhill. There's way too many fish in there.
Yeah, because I've seen you go over there when you're looking for eaters, and you've taken some home, and they actually encourage you taking some home from there, don't they?
Oh yeah, there's no limit at Baldwin. You can keep as many catfish as you want. There's really strict limits on the bass, the crappie, everything else, but catfish, it's whatever you want to take.
I wonder why the blues, reproduce so much over there?
Well, it's a warm water power plant, so these things can just spawn all year round. And I cleaned them out in the middle of January, and they'd be full of eggs. So I mean, it's just a vicious cycle,
Yeah, I can tell. And when you got those big ones, were they off the shore or were they on a boat?
Almost every big cat I've caught has been offshore, way offshore.
Offshore, okay.
Stuff. So once in a great while, you'll get a decent one off the bank, but most time it's usually way offshore when you get them.
All right, so let's go over what you and Chad had as far as rules went. Tell us a little bit about what you guys devised to keep each other on their toes.
Do you want to go, Jerry? Go ahead.
Well, you went with ultralights, 6 pound max line, and that was pretty much it. It was going to just a high numbers tournament. Whoever caught the most fish, and the ultralights definitely made it interesting.
Yeah, I was kind of worried because that lake's pretty wide open, so there's a heck of a lot of wind usually there, isn't there?
Yes, but the wind actually screwed us this go around. Because usually the wind is blowing into the bank we're fishing, which packs some fish up on that bank. But it was blowing to the northwest, straight out across the lake. Like Chad will tell you, the birds, almost all the birds were way offshore.
Yep.
They were just all over the place. And every time the birds would come in, we would catch fish.
Dee's sharing out your link over at Parker Pursuits. Everybody go over to Jerry's channel and give him some watch hours. You're almost there, right, Jerry?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on because yesterday we did a live and I was only like 56 or maybe 80 away. Well, we killed that yesterday in a live stream I did with me and Danny Stone did. We had like 290 watch hours. And so far, YouTube is still saying I don't have enough. But it might take a couple days for them,
to count and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, remember, it's every 365. So if you've been on YouTube for over a year, day 366 falls off. So it's got to be 4,000 in your last 365.
365 days. That's correct.
Well, if I go on to our YouTube studio, it's shown for 365 days. I have over 5,000 watch hours. So I don't know.
That's strange. Jody, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really do. You guys are awesome. We got an El Catfish Grande. I like that username. I think that's a new one to my channel. Welcome. Hang out. So how was your experience? How was the ride out there, Chad? What was it like?
It really wasn't. It's not a bad drive. Literally, it's 71 to 64 all the way across with a long straight shot. We got down there Friday night. We drove through all the snow and ice that was coming in. The front of my truck looked like it had been sprayed with a power washer at sub-zero temperatures. It was just caked with ice. Stayed at a sketchier part of town than we thought we were going to. Kind of prayed for my life, baby Jesus.
Jerry, did you send him to that part of town like I sent him to the Skyway?
Dunnigan might have sent him.
Yeah, that's right. It was Dunnigan said, "Hey, this is a great place to stay," and there was some shadiness that kind of scared me. I slept with my bottle all night. But anyway, we got up the next morning, ran over to Walmart, grabbed chicken because Jerry told me I wasn't allowed to have any of his bait. And then he claims on live television that it's the complete opposite. And we went down there, and Jerry actually caught 4 fish before we even went live. He was trying to figure out where we was going to set up at. I think you got what you said, like 4 or 5.
Yeah, the wind.
Well, let me thank Donar real quick before that rolls off. Thank you for super chat, Donar. I appreciate you. He says, for you handsome young men, so you must be talking about you two guys, not me.
He's gonna say he must be talking to me. So that's my $5.
We got a super chat train going here. We got LG Bass with the $5 sizzling super chat. Thank you very much. Tom, I appreciate you. Make sure you check out LG Bass. They got the doc show on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's a good show. There's my buddy Uncle Lou right there. How you doing, Uncle Lou? Congratulations on the bumping rods. Check him out on he's got pictures of him on TikTok. So if you're listening home, check out Uncle Lou on TikTok. I also have links in the description to his Facebook tackle store. And we also have Avid saying awesome tournament with a $3 super chat. Thank you very much, Avid. I appreciate it. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
Before the sun got up too high, they were right up on the bank. But once the sun got high, they just moved off the bank. When I first got there, I put one rod. I bought two heavier rods to kind of scout everything out. And I threw one out, and I set it down in my wagon. I mean, instantly, it got hammered. And I caught a couple more. I moved up the bank a little bit. Like, all right, we're just going to, set up, try to close we could. So I didn't want Dee to have to walk that far. So Dee's like my sister. I want to take care of her,
This is true. Josh over at the Weekend Angler says, I asked Chad on Saturday where he stayed, and he couldn't even remember the name of the town. Is that how fast you hightailed it out of there?
Yes. I kept seeing at my hotel window, there was this Sasquatch looking fellow that kept trying to, he was standing there. It was like every time I opened the window, he was gone. So I'm not saying it was Avid, but it could have been.
Valerie Irwin with the $5 sizzling super chat, another super chat train car. Thank you very much. And Mike's fishing home with the $2 super chat. He says sprinkler. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you every bit. Helps to keep the channel running. Oh my God, here comes even more. Crappie Day Fish On with the $5 super chat. Orange Blossom Special. There you go. Love it very much. Chad, you don't like Illinois, do you?
No.
All right, we won't go anymore since this goes out. I like you. I don't want this to get out.
I will say that I do like the southern part of Illinois. So my wife does not yell at me for saying Illinois. Better. I was noticing looking at Navionics and stuff, all the nice lakes and stuff down there. So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely nicer down that way. It's more my kind of area.
Just a little flatter, ain't it?
Yes. More naturey.
Brian B says Chad is a scaredy cat. Guess he won't come here ever.
I'd make you all look so bad if I came to the Potomac.
Mike Greenwell says he's taking applications for a Joey on Sunday. There you go, Chad.
We actually stayed not far from where Mike Greenwell lives. We were actually planning on fishing Sunday morning, but with the weather and stuff, we ended up not taking the boat. And I figured it was 3.5 hours back from there where we stayed Saturday night. We were just going to freaking get up, have breakfast, and drive home. We ended up getting home about 1:30.
Thank you for the $2 super chat, Turner Fishing. He was a guest on Panfish Nation. I had a good time talking to him over at Crappie Man Lures. Awesome. I appreciate you. He says hee-haw. He's talking about donkey crappies. I do have speaking of crappies, I got an announcement to make in a little bit. But we're going to hold off on that. Let me mention something too, since Don gave a super chat on Don R. If someone could share out Don's link on March 23rd, he's doing his first live, guys.
Oh, nice.
Me and Lyle are going to host it for him.
Oh,
so
great.
We'll be on Don R's channel, so you guys keep your eye out for the notifications. Make sure you're subbed to Don R. We want to support our buddy from the north. I think he's gonna do a little catfishing up there. But I know he's taking part in Avid's tournament. Avid's got a tournament coming too. So I think he's going to test the waters and see that the live works and everything. So we'll be there helping him out. So I'm looking forward to that. Chad, now, real quick, you got an event coming up, don't you?
Yes.
Are you not talking about that yet?
I'm going to talk. I'll talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
Are you talking about the April one, right?
Correct.
Yes. So unfortunately, Patriot James, due to the economic crisis with gas and everything else, had to
Mhm.
cancel his event. Somebody did reach out to me, kind of put a idea in my head for those of us that are going down there. But I still want to run some stuff by James about that. But what we're planning on doing, just to run down, so James knows what I'm talking about when I call him tomorrow. I'm sure he's watching in the background, laying in bed with his eyes half shut and his glasses off. But what we're going to plan on doing is what we're going to call a fish-a-thon. So, I know this is very near and dear to James's heart, and it probably crushed his soul to
It
make the
is.
decision to cancel it. So, you know how I like to do charity tournaments and stuff on my channel, where it's not going to be a tournament, but those of us that are going, and I have some more people to reach out to, but we're going to just go live fishing and making an event to still raise money for Camp Centurion on April 16th. So we'll throw up my PayPal just like we always do. There's no YouTube, super chat, sizzling
Mhm.
chat or bada bing, bada booms, whatever you young kids are calling it these days. But it actually means more money for the organization if we do it this way. So
Oh, cool.
hope PayPal donations, whatever we raise that at the end of that day will be all 100% directly donated to Camp Centurion on James's behalf. So that'll be the plan.
Well, let me know whatever I can do to help. I sure as heck will. I already talked to you a little bit. I'm going to donate a prize, something other than the norm,
Yep.
than the hats I give away. So go there for hopefully we can get a lot of prizes. If you need some help getting people to donate and stuff, I'd be there for you too.
Yeah, I have to throw this out there because we actually talked about it Saturday right after
Okay.
your tournament, and I felt so freaking bad because I'd already said I was doing it. But Josh from the Weekend Angler, it will also be having his biggest loser competition that weekend. So I
Oh,
don't want to take anything away from that man. Love his wife to death. Wish he'd move the freaking boat and take her bluegill fishing, but don't miss out on that. That's going to be a lot of fun too.
all right. Good. We want to make sure we watch that too. I got my reminder set. It'd be kind of funny if I got them both at the same time, but I'll do what I can to watch and help with either of them. So Josh, holler at me if you need any help as well. I'll be there for you too. So
yeah.
Parker, I know you got to get up early in the morning. If you want to bow out, you definitely can. I don't want to keep you real late.
Yeah.
No, I'll stick around. I know that man can start talking.
I think that's a wise decision. Parker had mentioned to me in chat earlier that he's got an early morning, so I think he's going to wait. Here we go.
I will probably jump out of here in a few minutes as well.
A little behind the scenes about last Saturday's tournament. I did not oversleep, Josh. I just got up awfully close to the start of tournament time. That's all.
I guess as long as you weren't at like 8 o'clock or 8:01, you weren't late, right?
I was not late. I woke up 5 minutes before tournament time, and I had everything ready. Thank goodness this time. And I think things went off well, didn't it? Don't you guys think everything went all right?
Oh,
Yeah. And it really helped having all the other nice, awesome people that came up, and you had Danny fishing and other people talking and stuff like that, because what we decided on as rules actually, I think, hurt the day with going with the ultralights, because exactly what Parker was saying, we couldn't cast out probably as near as far as what he did, and
As the birds were.
the bigger fish, like the very first one, as soon as we started, the one that D caught that ripped freaking bank rod out of the ground and bent the stake and everything, those things they hit like a freaking horse, and it was cast at least 20-30 yards further than the ultralights. So they may have been way off to where we couldn't get to them.
And definitely, and let's ask this: how did D do?
She caught 3.
See,
she caught 3. I caught 3. Jerry caught 4. Josh Dunnigan, Curse of Baldwin, he didn't catch any. He wasn't fishing, but we're still going to count as a skunk for him. And then the guy with the dog that walked down, he only caught 3 or 4, he said, too. So he was complaining after the thing that the bite was not there as well. So we didn't feel as bad.
Cool. So what was the final score between you two? Remind everybody in chat, Parker.
4-3.
4-3. And who won?
You want to know?
You know,
Great
chat.
Jerry Parker.
Jerry Parker won. So I guess you won't be going up against Brian B. Catfishing.
I will not. Brian B. lucked out. Jerry Parker is my pick to win the whole thing because he beat me. So, and long live the legend Jerry Parker from Parker Pursuits. He is the greatest fisherman of all time. But no, it really was an awesome to be called out by Jerry in the first place, especially since there's so much history about Baldwin and me placing 5-pound rules so that they can't go to Baldwin. They still do it anyway, just to spite me. But I went down there trying to defeat the man, the myth, the legend with his own type of bait on his lake. It just didn't happen. So
Freddie says Josh wasn't there, just an orange road cone that moved around a lot.
yeah, he did.
I think he wears that because he likes the attention it brings to him.
He does. It makes him the center of attention.
Also, and Betty's bringing up that you made a baby cry.
No, that was because Parker Pursuits beat me, and Chadwick James was not happy.
You know, every time at one point we had moved like 100 yards apart, and every time Josh would walk down to talk to Chad D, I would hook up.
Yep.
You know? But
All right, so I'm going to go over real quick what we got left going on for this weekend. Jerry, since you won, you're going to advance to round 2, which is going to be on Sunday. We'll go over that here in just a second. So, which is Sunday. On Saturday, we're going to finish up round 1. We got 3 1-versus-1s going on. We have Brian BigSkip Skipper up against Lee Evans, Catfish in Kentucky Outdoors. They're doing a most fish with no rod limit. We got Tara, the Catfish Queen, versus Danny Stone Outdoors. And you know J-Dog's going to be with Tara, right? So that'll be good. That'll be good
Who?
to watch. Tara.
Thank you.
Tara. Up here in the north, we say Tara. Sorry, Tara. Forgive me. Chad hates Missouri.
Tara creeps me out.
Chad hates Missouri, Cindy. We did have Parker and Chad's, but that's done. And then we have Brian B versus Lyle. Now, Lyle is starting to feel a little better, but he does have to go see a doctor on Friday, so we're going to hold that. But at least we're going to have definitely the 2 1-versus-1s, and then directly after that, we're going to do a quick call out where the competitors who are advancing to the next day will get to call their contestants, and they're going to turn over their rules to me shortly after that, and we'll do it again at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time Sunday morning. It's 5 hours, so it's look at this. This throws me off. It's comments like this. Avid Fisherman says Chad hates Missouri. And then Brian B saying, Lyle, you going down, buddy. So it's 5-hour tournament. It's going to be starting both days, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. The end of round 1 will be on Saturday. Round 2 starts on Sunday. That's when it gets serious. And then we'll go back every Saturday after that until we have only one contestant. So Jerry, anything to plug?
y'all, you guys can help me out in the watch hours. That'd be great. I thought I had them, but evidently I don't. So if y'all can help me watch hours, we greatly appreciated.
Cool. Definitely do that. Go over to Jerry's channel. If you're listening on a podcast, go check out his stuff. Jerry really gets on the fish. He's definitely going to be a force to reckon with in the rest of this tournament. I look forward to seeing what he can do on the great. Are you going to fish the Mississippi at all for the rest of this?
Depending on who we get drawn or calls this out, and we decide what rule. But originally, we were going to fish the Mississippi against Chad, but then he decided to come down, which is awesome. Which I got my D hug before you did, Mark. So, and so they decided to come down, which was awesome because I missed the guys like crazy. Haven't seen him since Mendota, and it was great to hang out with him and stuff. And y'all need to check Field's water out. He's trying to climb back up to get his get
Definitely.
remonetized. So,
and both those links to Parker Pursuits and to Fields to Water, Chad's channel, are in the description. And I just want to remind Jerry that last year when we went to Mendota, I got a hug before you even saw her. So,
Hey, Mark. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me on. I'm going to jump off. I just had a phone call I need to take, but I appreciate you having me on, Jerry. Honor to lose to you, my friend.
it was awesome getting to fish with you again, buddy.
Great stuff. So
We'll
I'm going to make.
soon.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Chad. Thanks for stopping by.
Guys.
All right, guys. Now, as far as my announcement, if you guys noticed at the top of the chat box, I did do a poll. I says, do you love crappie? 87% of the people said yes, Jerry. And look at this. We got 13% of the people said no. Some people just don't get it. I don't know.
No.
I like crappie. Do you like crappie, Jerry?
Oh, love crappie. I've got a
Well, since you and I both love crappie, and 87% of the people in the chat love crappie, I say we have a crappie tournament. What do you say?
Sounds good.
That's the big announcement, folks. So April 23rd, I'm going to host the Size Matters Crappie Tournament. I got a couple ideas of Betty. She just threw me off my game here again. She says 13% of people are broken. And for those of you listening on a podcast, Betty is she is the crappie queen. She's a crappie division here at Catfish and Crappie. She really knows how to get on them. So April 23rd, we're going to do a crappie tournament. It's going to be a one-day tournament. It's not going to be a 1-versus-1 or anything like that. It's called the Size Matter Crappie Tournament. I got two sets of ways to measure this tournament that I'm debating. One of them harder than the other, and the people that I ran it against did not like that second idea that I had, which makes me want to do it. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll see if they'll take part in it if I go that route or not, but we'll go there. We'll do that. I kind of checked around through the community and the community calendar and stuff, and it appears to be open. I know that there's a live stream going on that evening. This is going to be a morning one. And late April, that's the time of year to do it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's crappie time.
I had some interest from some pretty impressive people that were thinking about getting it. They're just waiting on a date. Hopefully they'll be able to make it. There might be somebody down in Texas that's gunning for everybody. So we'll see. We'll see what the Illinois boys can do. We'll see what Ohio and Kentucky can do, and Tennessee, even whoever wants to be a part of that, that's going to be cool. Unfortunately, StreamYard, which is the app that we use to do our tournaments, only can have a max of 10 people on screen. So the most I could probably have on there would be 8 with me and a co-host. So we will, if there's a huge interest in it and they want to get involved, we will do the random selector again. So we'll go from there. I already got a couple of sponsors that contacted me that are willing to donate some prizes, some pretty cool crappie related stuff. So if you love crappie, I think you'll definitely like this. Hey, there's Lyle Stokes. I see KY Redneck Outdoors in the house. So the Anglerholics come in. Good job on the show over there. So yeah, that was the update. So basically, here we go. I'm going to give it one last update here, Jerry, or one last going over the results from the first half of round 1 March Madness. It was Greenwell Fishing versus J-Dog's Gone Fishing. Greenwell won that one. It was also Pontoon Jody Catfishing versus William Warner Pork Chop. Pontoon Jody won that one. Creole Catfishing versus Catfish Weekly Cindy. Cindy had to step out because Lyle had an injury. So Creole moves forward. He did a great job. He put 7 fish on a boat. Also, we had Nina's Kayak Crew versus Freddie, husband and wife. Nina did win. They both skunked out, but we did the Wheel of Death, and Nina came out on top. But since we've been moving stuff all around and it was pretty much a dead tie between them, we're going to let Freddie go forward until Nina doesn't have to work. So they'll be advancing to Sunday. Parker, you'll be advancing to Sunday for beating Chad from Fields to Water. So Saturday, again, we got BigSkip from Brian BigSkip Skipper versus Lee Evans. We got Tara, the Catfish Queen, versus Danny Stone. We also have Brian B versus Panfish Nation and Catfish Weekly Lyle. A lot of people are looking for Joey's and stuff. So if you're looking for Joey's, speak up in chat. Maybe somebody will offer their services. You can pick somebody up there. Like I said, this one's going to be a short one. Tomorrow, I'm going north tomorrow, Jerry. I'm going after some walleye.
Awesome. You gonna go live, or you just gonna video, or just?
I don't know yet. I got all my GoPros charging here. I'm going to try and make a video and such, but we'll see. I'm going with a friend of mine up there, and he was out there today. He's actually a guide. So he said he slayed him today. So hopefully the bite won't turn off before tomorrow. We got 60-degree weather forecasted for up there. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm also going to scout out a spot that you and I might get to fish here pretty soon. So I appreciate that. And I want to remind everybody, Don R is going to go live on on March 23rd. Me and Lyle are hosting them for that. So make sure you sub to Don. Other than that, what am I forgetting, Jerry?
Can't really think of anything, but I'm getting ready to hop off here, though, buddy. So,
all right, bud. Why don't go ahead. Thank you very much for coming in. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Make sure I didn't forget anything. I'm going to go and thank my sponsors again. Jerry, thank you very much, sir. We got 98 people still in chat. If you could hit that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Thank you again to my sponsors, Uncle Lou over at Uncle Lou's Facebook Tackle Shop. Thanks, Uncle Lou. Muddy Water Bait and Tackle, Patriot Custom Floats, Striker Bait, Tidal Weights and Sinkers, Downey's Tackle, and of course, last but not least, for the 1vs1 cup that was donated by Trophy Seekers Outdoors. Thank you very much, Daryl. So everybody, a reminder, we do have lots of prizes and stuff. If you're listening to the podcast, you need to be there for the live show. You need to be a subscriber, and you need to be in the chat box to get entered. So I got a lot of good stuff going, and we gave a lot of good stuff away this Saturday too. So sorry for the short podcast, guys. I need to get some stuff done. People had to go to work. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful night. Get out there and fish. The weather's changing. I am